Please share this video with everyone you know and repost it across all social media because this supercut consolidates the most important aspects of Donald Trump's vision for America in a concise and efficient manner. It is more important than ever in these final 5 days before the election that Trump's message gets out there to as many people as possible, especially voters that are still undecided. Every vote will count in this election, so please do your part to spread the word to make America great again. If Kamala should be elected president, all the bad things that have plagued America in the last 4 years will simply continue. The high inflation, the high interest rates, the open border, the rapes and murders committed by illegal aliens, the high crime, the chaos and unrest in the streets and on college campuses, and more. Kamala's government would completely ignore the American people about all of this until 4 years from now, during the next presidential election, just as she's ignored all the problems that she herself caused in the last 4 years until this presidential election, when she spent months making false promises about cleaning up the messes that she herself caused. If Kamala actually thought that the last 4 years did not represent her destructive vision for America, she would never have enacted these policies to begin with in her roles as border czar, Vice President of the United States, and President of the Senate. Please share and repost this video across all social media to get it to the widest audience possible. Thanks for listening.
I will pass historic tax cuts for our workers and small businesses, and we will have very important no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our seniors. Tax deduction on interest payments on a car. How about that? How about that? Nobody ever thought of it. And then I came up with a little wrinkle, but only if the car is built in the USA. Is that a good idea? So working with Elon Musk, I will cut a record number of job-killing, unnecessary regulations, which will blow your mind when you see how many. And on day one of the Trump administration, I will terminate Kamala's insane electric vehicle mandate, and we will end the Green New scam once and for all. Once and for all. And we will quickly again, we were never energy independent until I came along. We were energy independent. We went from number 4 to number 1 in a couple of years. We have more liquid gold under our feet than Russia or Saudi Arabia. I got Anwar approved. It's as big potentially as Saudi Arabia. In the first week in office, crooked Joe Biden probably made a deal. Crooked Joe Biden terminated the approval. Ronald Reagan wanted it. He couldn't get it done. Everybody wanted it. I got it done. It was all set. They were all set to start drilling. One of the biggest finds anywhere in the world, as big, they think, as Saudi Arabia. And in the first week, they terminated. We will have that unterminated so fast. Alaska. And we will quickly become energy independent, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill, and frack, frack, frack. And I will cut your energy prices in half within 12 months, 50%, half, 5-0. Starting in January, we will give our companies the lowest taxes, the lowest energy costs, the lowest regulatory burdens, and free access to the single best and biggest market on the planet. But only if they make their products here. This is it. Got to make their products. Everything is based on you got to make your products in America. No more making them in China, making them all over the place. And you got to hire American workers for the job. And if these companies don't make their products here, then they will pay a very stiff tariff when they send their products into the United States, where they're made by somebody else or some other country. For the privilege of competing with our workers and our cherished but now very protected companies. We're going to protect these companies. We're going to have a lot of companies moving. You watch Detroit. Detroit, you know, for 40 years ago, I've been hearing about Detroit's coming back. Never came back. It'll come back so fast with a series of brilliant incentives that won't cost us anything, but most importantly, tariffs and taxes. Everybody's going to be moving back into the country because they're not going to want to pay. So Michigan can now keep their car companies going, but in all fairness, those are old plants and stuff. Generally, we're going to give them the greatest new plants. We're going to give them plants that are going to be unbelievable. We're going to put the auto workers. You know, the auto workers want Trump. The Teamsters want Trump. Did you see the Teamsters? The rank and file of the Teamsters voted 62% for Trump. Never happened. Nothing like that ever happened before. The firemen nationwide voted for Trump. The firemen. Never happened before. Never happened before. But I will never apologize for defending America. I'm not going to do it. I will protect our workers. I will protect our jobs. I will protect our borders. I will protect our families. And I will protect the birthright of our children to live in the richest and most powerful nation on the face of the earth. And that's what we're going to have. And then she resettled these people into your communities all over America. And they're the roughest people. When I win on November 5th, the migrant invasion of our country ends and the restoration of our country begins. One of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs that Kamala has imported into our country through her open border policy. Remember, she was the border czar. She doesn't like saying that, but she was the border czar. And even if she wasn't, she was in charge of the border. Do you know, I asked the Border Patrol, did she ever call? Not once. I spoke to the top 10 guys. Did any of you, I know them very well. They're phenomenal people, by the way. They want to have a great, strong border. They hate, you know, it's easier for them. Let them pour in. Who the hell needs to get hurt? Because it's a rough deal. These are rough people. And I said, did she ever call? Not once. Not one of them ever received a call. She admits it. She never called them. But the savage Venezuelan prison gang, Tren de Aragua, have you heard of them? They're a lovely group of people, Tren de Aragua, that has taken over apartment complexes and unleashing a violent terror spree all over America, but specifically in Aurora, Colorado, where the governor is petrified of them. He's a radical left Democrat. He is petrified of them. He doesn't know what to do. They've even taken over Times Square. There's a front page article today in the New York Post. They're taking over Times Square in New York, and they have weapons that our military doesn't even have. You say, where the hell are they getting the weapons? But we have guys that want to confront them, and they're going to be allowed to confront them, and we're going to get them the hell out of here.